You know, I would be dancing on TikTok if this was a few decades earlier, because it was so easy to be considered a great dancer then. Like, go on YouTube right now and look up some old dance moves and see how easy it is to learn them. Okay? Go on YouTube right now and go look up the monkey. See how long that one takes you to learn. You can learn the monkey, which was what, considered a good dance move? You can learn that in under 28 seconds. You can learn that dance move.
So this is the monkey.
Go learn the twist. See how difficult it is to learn the twist.
You get the full twist movement, and there you have it.
I can do the twist.
Or the swim. So you mean to tell me, like, this is perplexing. I would go out and I would do the twist, and there would be two girls at the end of the bar. Wow, look at that guy. He can move. Look at that twist. Let's go talk to him. I don't believe it. Because you go on TikTok now? Chris Brown, he's considered the worst dancer on the platform. Oh, what? You're doing a moonwalk? You don't know the Mars walk? To be a good dancer on TikTok, you gotta jump off the roof of your own house with an umbrella and stick the landing with one leg like Mary Poppins. That's a good dancer now. You're not allowed to be a good dancer on there. But if this was a couple decades ago, I'd be, what's the most prestigious? I'd be at Juilliard on a full dance scholarship. He's Charlie D'Amelio. Oh, no, that's right. He still doesn't have a nice ass.
Story time.
So we went back to the hotel and, you know, we did things, all right? I have to paint this picture if I'm going to be true to myself. We were outside of the bathroom, picture two sinks and a big mirror. Let's just say we were situated in a way I could see both of us in the mirror. I remember looking at myself, and I swear to you, time froze like the Matrix movie, and some voice from the future, a future me, like the ghost of Christmas future, I just heard, time froze, I heard, Andy, you enjoy every single millisecond of what you're doing right now, because I swear to you, if life is a chart with like ups and downs, there is a chance, it's not a 100% chance, but there is a chance that this might be the highest peak of your life. If your life was represented by like an up and down graph, this might be the pinnacle. So, enjoy it. And it went back into like what was happening at the time. I swear to you that there was a moment like that. Life smiled down at me that night. The next term is the Scorned Backtracker. Some of these are pretty good. Just the terms in general. Do you imagine you heard a kid on the street? Oh, dude, don't talk to him right now. He's a scorned backtracker. Oh, yeah. Give him a couple weeks to cool off.
That guy's nuclear right now.
The Scorned Backtracker. Noun. Any newly single person who will impulsively upload a suggestive picture with an attractive friend simply to make a recent ex jealous. Ooh. This upload, which can only be proven by screenshot at a later date, is quickly removed once the original couple make amends and get back together.
It's to seep it out, just to drop it out quickly.
So what happens is there's a breakup, which actually is temporary, and then shortly after it happens, the newly single girl uploads a suggestive picture with someone who's clearly a friend, but wants to put that energy out there that, look, I mean, there's just people lined up like at the deli who took a ticket and want to be the next guy in my heart. But then that picture is taken down in 3 days once that original couple.
Oh, it's the Aaron Rodgers fake play. Yeah, 100%. It's that fake audible that he's just mustard.
But the exposed double tapping text ignorer.
The exposed double tapping text ignorer.
I know, that's a long, let me say it again. The exposed, they've been exposed. Double tapping, they're double tapping. Text ignorer, they're ignoring texts. Yeah, so that basically explains what they've done. You've texted somebody, then they've ignored you. They've ignored you.
We're talking about hours.
This is back when Instagram had a timeline too, where it said, remember it had that feed option where you could see, like, it said Richie has liked 7 pictures 11 minutes ago. So they have their phone. And they've been exposed because we caught them double tapping that picture of cake.
If you've ever wanted to think about the lowest point in your life, I would assume that some of these are definitely in there.
So let me explain what happened last week. I went to log on to Instagram Friday, and it was gone. How do you like that for a simple explanation? But it was just totally gone. Like when Tom Hanks went back to Coney Island in Big to try to find that fortune teller and reverse what happened to him, gone. And I was just like him, like, what the hell? I don't know what I did. I still don't know what I did. But it was gone. Like when I reached out to some friends and said, what happens when you search for my name? They said, user not found. What about the DM? You know what my name was in the DM? Instagrammer. Generic Instagrammer. That's who I became. 24 hours ago, I was Instagrammer. Regardless, I don't know if I'm here to stay or if this is just Instagram set. Like this is their version of me going back to the office to collect my belongings and leave, like with the box and everything. Like maybe this is the last scene in Ghost where Demi Moore finally gets to say goodbye to Patrick Swayze and see his silhouette before he eventually leaves for good up into heaven. Although we all know that's not where I'm going. Since I have this opportunity, I'm going to let you know that in case this happens again, I created a Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, and you're like my friends who are 10 years behind everybody, Patreon is the more legitimate version of OnlyFans for creators, comedians, performers. It's a place that is the least likely to deplatform you, and it's a way to build a more intimate connection with the people that you support. You know, I know Andrew Schultz is popular on there, Tim Dillon, Chris D'Elia is there obviously now, and Cal, and anyone who's been in any sort of trouble is on there. It's a place for creators to link directly with the supporters of their work. I always hate using that term, fans, but supporters of their work, so that they could stay alive in case something like this happens. On Patreon, patreon.com/Andy Francess, you're going to get the non-GMO, unadulterated versions of all my content. Here on these social media pages, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, assuming they let me stick around, you're probably going to get that watered-down version of iced tea that your friend's mom used to serve you up. You know, when they would put a whole pitcher of water and then 1 scoop of Nest tea mixed, and then they tried to call that iced tea. Maybe my videos are just going to say, oh my God, there's a hilarious video. I'd love to show you here. Can't, so just go over there. And it wouldn't even be clickbaiting you. It's fear-baiting me. So if you can, go subscribe to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Andy Francess.
If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One gonna ride it, swing 'em so help me. One gonna ride it, swing 'em so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One gonna ride it, swing 'em so help me.